Are you avoiding upper body exercises because of wrist pain or stiffness? Let's solve this problem. Hey, it's Alicia and Brody, physios at Be Mobile, where we see many adults 55 plus who tell us they struggle to do push-ups or even hold dumbbells due to wrist pain.
This is no good because you are being deprived of the benefits that come with upper body resistance training, which is so important for improving function and maintaining bone density as we age.
Here are 3 strategies we use with our clients. Push-ups or planks are fantastic exercises for increasing our upper body and abdominal strength, and these are exercises we prescribe to a lot of our clients. However, a lot of people find that their wrists hurt when they do them because it requires getting into a lot of wrist extension, and people often feel pain right here at the wrist joint. So there's a few strategies that we can try. The first one is getting folded towels. So if I place the towels down like this and place my fingers on the floor and the heel of my hand on the towel, I'm in less wrist extension. So when I come down into the push-up position, this already feels a lot more comfortable on my wrists. Another way we can use the towels is to roll them. So I'm going to roll both of these like this, and I'm going to grip onto the towels, place them down like this, and again, perform a push-up. And my wrist is in more of a neutral position here. And one of these strategies isn't better than the other. It's just a matter of playing around and finding what works for you. So that is using towels. Next up, we have dumbbells, and these perform a similar function. So they're limiting our wrist extension. The main thing we want is to make sure it's a hexagonal dumbbell. So this is not going to move on the floor. If you have a round one, it's going to be less stable, and they need to be big enough that when I put the dumbbell down like that, my fingers aren't getting squashed into the floor. So same thing, performing the push-up using the dumbbell. Many of our clients find this is a comfortable way to do push-ups or planks. Lastly, we have push-up bars. So these can be found and bought online, and same principle, putting them on the floor, performing the push-up like that. Now, with all these strategies, you can play around with the angle of your wrists. So you can be in a more neutral position, pointing the push-up bars, dumbbell or towel straight forward, or I can turn them out a little bit and do a push-up like this. Or some people might find that turning them inwards and doing a push-up like that is the most comfortable. So I recommend that you play around with these strategies, with these different forms of equipment and the different angles, and see what strategy works for you.
Let's talk about dumbbells. They are a great exercise tool for lots of upper body movements, overhead presses, bicep curls, lateral raises, the list goes on. But some of our members say that wrist pain limits their use of a dumbbell. So here are a few tips. Now, firstly, we want to try and keep the wrist in a fairly neutral position. That means we're not bending back or forth or bending side to side. So when holding the dumbbell, try and line it up fairly neutral this way, fairly neutral this way. Not like this, not like this. Now, there's no exact perfect position for the wrist to be in, but you just want to go towards that middle position, that neutral position, and find what feels comfortable and works for you. So that's the first tip. Next, if that isn't working, you can get dumbbell grips, things like this, that just slip on over the dumbbell like so and give it a wider grip. And for some people that will work, making it a bit more comfortable to hold for their various dumbbell exercises. So you can just search for some dumbbell grips online and find something like that. But you don't have to go out and do that. A simple tea towel will work really well instead. Just wrap it around the handle of your dumbbell. You can even tape it on for security. And again, it can just allow a more comfortable position for the wrist to allow you to continue using dumbbells for any exercises that you're doing so that you can keep working on your upper body strength. So there you go. Those are a few tips in terms of how to use dumbbells to minimize your wrist pain being an issue.
Wrist wraps are another strategy you could try that provides support and limit wrist movement. We have a number of clients up here at the studio, and even some of our physios use wrist wraps because they like the feeling of their wrist being really supported. You can buy a pair of wrist wraps either online or at a local sports store. Give these strategies a try and don't let painful wrists stop you from developing strength in your upper body.
And remember, it is possible to improve the tolerance and the strength of your wrist to load over time with graded exposure to exercise.
If you're interested in developing your leg strength in addition to your upper body strength, make sure you watch the next video on screen.